morning, America and the world. Or should I say good morning, Babylon, USA, Sodom and Gomorrah, 2026. Oh, this is gonna upset some people. I'm just gonna play a little clip here. I watched. This guy clearly didn't forsake wisdom. This is the 16th part of videos he put up recently. I listened to one or two other ones. It's probably all worth listening to, but I just want to play this for you guys because the rulers had the truth hidden, occulted to their advantage by fraudulent wisdom. Yeah, and the revelation is at hand, and they can't stop or change it. The shutdown has to be any time. Yeah, I'm gonna play this for you guys real quick. This guy's pretty wise, and just listen. I think it's about 4 minutes.
Again, I'm about to say something. Again, I'm about to say something that may sound philosophical, but it's actually brutally physical. And the act of seeing is the act of entropy. And once you understand that, you start seeing the universe differently. Because most people think that vision is just light entering your eyes and hitting your retina and your brain turning it into an image. But that's not what vision really is. Vision is interaction, and interaction is never clean. A photon travels through space, and the moment it interacts with something, dust, gas, your cornea, your retina, the surface of an object, it changes the system. It deposits energy, it scatters, it excites the molecules. It leaves a footprint, and that footprint is not reversible. Irreversibility is the definition of entropy. So when you see something, what you're really experiencing is not light in its pure form. You're experiencing the cost of light colliding with matter. You're watching a tiny increase in disorder. You're witnessing the universe pay the bill required for information to exist. And now here's where this gets weird, because entropy isn't just a physics word. Entropy is the reason why we have a past and we have a future. It's because the reason time feels like it moves forward. It's the reason why ashes don't reassemble into wood, and it's the reason why a broken glass doesn't spontaneously jump back into a perfect wine glass. Entropy creates direction. Entropy creates time's arrow. So if seeing requires entropy, then seeing requires the arrow of time, which means perception is not just a biological process. Perception is an entropic event. Now let's push this further. If you lived in a universe where entropy did not increase, where everything was perfectly reversible, then nothing could leave a trace. No memory, no record, no imprint, no irreversible change. And without irreversible change, you don't have information. And without information, you don't have observation. You don't have seeing. You don't have experience. You would have pure symmetry, a perfect equation that never resolves into anything. And that's when you realize something shocking. The universe doesn't just allow entropy, it depends on it. Entropy is not just decay. Entropy is the mechanism that makes reality observable. It's the mechanism that turns potential into history. It's the mechanism that turns possibility into fact. And now everything that we've been discussing starts collapsing into one terrifying idea. Scale is the gate. Time may be an output, and observation costs energy. Information leaves footprints, and entropy is the footprint. which means that the deeper the structure of reality might be made of matter. It might be made of information and transformation, and a system where the visible universe is simply what happens when energy, information, and entropy interact under constraints. So the question is no longer, what's reality made of? The question becomes, what are the rules that govern now how reality becomes observable? Because if entropy is a piece of perception, then the universe is not just a place. It's a process. And every time you open your eyes, you're watching that process unfold. Oh. My name is Dr. Chad Rolfson. Please give me a like and a follow and share this with anybody who you might think might tick this off or be ticked off about this. And please share this because it runs over 3 minutes and algorithms hate 3 minutes, so I'd really appreciate you boosting this up for me. I really, really do appreciate it. Yep, and give that cat a big old kiss on the forehead. They'll hate you for it, but such is life. Have a great one, folks. Again, I'm about to...
Yeah, they'll hate us for it. You can guarantee it. Well, I can feel the power, the force of entropy around me continuously. A bunch of sinners up in God's garden. Yeah, I left a couple comments on here. He mentioned the arrow of time. It's in Genesis. God put a flaming sword in Eden to block the way so mortals couldn't get in to Eden. Which is basically a bunch of cheats. Yeah. Corrupted sinners are also part of that team. Psalm 17, 12 through 15. God mentions that he uses the rulers, basically the rich of this earth, as his sword. Yeah, the arrow of time. Who he filled with their belly with his hidden treasures. Yeah, the wisdom of the serpent. There's 1,000 different doctrines. The whole point is to become like a child again, right? To get your mind sharpened to where entropy can no longer touch or affect you. Yeah, there could be millions of sinners flying around our heads. It feels there's constant nasty energy pulling on my dome, dude, with strongholds. Yeah, and we're about to pop through the veil anytime. Our lights are gonna flick on, just like the Susan Cummins vision, the latter rain vision. And yeah, the truth isn't going to be hidden anymore. YouTube and all you criminal sorcerers of the earth who caused your terror, says in Ezekiel 26:17. 16. All the princes of the sea shall come down from their thrones and lay away their robes and put off their broidered garments. They shall clothe themselves with trembling. They shall sit upon the ground and shall tremble at every moment and be astonished at thee. And they shall take up a lamentation for thee and say to thee, how art thou destroyed, thou was inhabited, thou that was inhabited of seafaring men, the renowned city which was strong in the sea, she and her inhabitants, which caused their terror to be upon all that haunt it. Yeah, we're bringing the truth, dude, to the earth and the guilty. It's time for accountability. Yeah, and I know my heart, it hasn't been 100% right, or even 75 or 90% a lot of the time. When we just need our judgment, and then I'll probably feel a lot different. It's sad, yeah, because people failed the test of time. Yeah, but it's a righteous thing what's coming, the judgment upon the whole godless community of sinners that caused your terror upon us for what? Because you essentially cheated or died. Yeah, and have been like a flaming sword trying to block our freedom. The arrow of time. You rich sorcerers, merchants of the earth. Yeah, the 3D matrix illusion reality is about to collapse, you guys. And you can guarantee a lot of people are mad at this revelation. Yeah. And thought that the truth was occulted for a long time, down throughout time, decades. They operated, keeping mankind blocked out of the ether, living in bliss and glory, literally robbing our energy. The power, the force of entropy, living in death, dude, robbing people, trying to destroy people's souls. It's over. You should read the rest of the that chapter, Ezekiel 26. Yeah, terrors are turned upon me. They pursue my soul as the wind, and my welfare passes away as a cloud. And it's retribution season upon sinners that lived lawlessly in corruption and death by the wisdom of the serpent, hiding the truth behind oaths. You're gonna see this whole community of sinners is about to rise up like a flood and be drowned. They're about to try to lock us down. They're gonna shut off our voices. Yeah, and it's retribution season upon all you criminals, pedophiles, sickos that think you're gonna get rid of Jesus Christ and act like you're the rulers and authorities, the so-called you know who's, children of hell, dude. That made a covenant with death, buying up all these big places in all the different states here in the US to take people into captivity, dude. It's over, man. God's gonna unleash his wrath, dude, as soon as we pop through, dude. It's 7 times hotter upon the whole community of sinners in Babylon and liars that are the force of death and hell, entropy, the arrow of time upon our land. Yeah, dude, their eternity's coming to an end. They're not immortal. This guy's channel, Dr. Chad Rolfson. I don't know if you can see that or read that. It's probably worth listening. That was the 16th post he made. Like I said, I listened to a couple other ones, but he clearly didn't forsake wisdom. And you can guarantee if you pay attention to what he's saying, yeah, it's the truth has been hidden, occulted, obscured. And they don't want it. They don't want people to understand and know what he's saying, because they benefited and profited. Living in death, dude. You guys' whole veil's about to get destroyed. Yeah, it doesn't really seem fair, and I'll probably have a different attitude as this changeover happens. When we get our judgment, and sinners can no longer pull on our energy to where it's off, where I say things that might not be right. Well, it's the wisdom that God's going to pour out upon us as he clears their ability to even touch us is going to set people free. It's also going to destroy a bunch of people that were the force of death and entropy on earth. It's over, dude. This whole community's in trouble and thinks they're going to continue. They're going to be murders on our land. I hope you guys are ready for the switch over, which might be the 3rd. It could be any day now, but there was a video I was just listening to that I'll link in the description. It's a new ager, actually, but what they're talking about is true. Dolores Cannon.
This is your problem.
The switchover could be anytime. It might be the 3rd. It's going to be in March, I think, or any day now. Yeah, our DNA is going to activate. The 3D realm's getting collapsed. It's the revelation of the apocalypse, man. 7 times hotter, God's going to turn the heat up on all the sinners in Babylon that had us in the iron furnace, bombarding us continuously. The arrow of time weighing down upon our souls, still in one piece. They couldn't melt us. Yeah, and it's payback time, man. God's elect are about to judge the wicked. All these criminal ass rulers are getting terminated out of the earth for what they did. So good luck trying to maintain all your rulers. Donald Trump, all these people, they're all guilty for how they operated. Yeah, as the power of death, entropy upon our land, thinking you could rule over us as sorcerers. Yeah, the whole world's about to get turned upside down, you guys. So I'll link this in the description. Because what they're saying is the truth, basically. Our DNA is about to activate. They're not going to be able to block our gates anymore. Yeah, the gates of iron and brass, the idol worshiping community, the veil of death is about to be incinerated, burnt up, and destroyed. And a bunch of people are getting removed in a day. With this solar flash in the day of great slaughter, they're going to flip on the abomination of desolation broadcast. Probably Donald Trump, I believe, worldwide, acting like he's the king of Israel. And then they're going to change the rules and the laws and make it illegal if you're a worshiper of Jesus Christ or still have a soul. And a lot of people aren't ready. Yeah. But God's elect will be on the land to deliver the, those that are pure of heart, innocent from this community of wicked sinners, scorners, operating in the veil of death as the arrow of time, trying to block us out of Eden while you're living in glory as a bunch of corrupt, narcissistic cheats. Savior shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the Mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Yeah. For the day of the Lord is near upon the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall return upon, as thou hast done unto it. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy head, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow it out, and they shall become as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, and the house of Jacob shall be for a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle him and devour them, and there shall not be any left remaining of the house of Esau. For the mouth of the Lord has spoken it. Yeah, for the violence against thy brother, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And the day that thou stoodest on the other side, and the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners enter into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou as one of them. But you should not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither should thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou should not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shalt not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither should thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those that did escape. Neither should thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. Yeah, I hope all you heathens are ready for the payback. Have fun locking us all down. God's going to incinerate the whole murderous community of idol worshiping corrupt sinners out of our land with all the guilty rulers, everybody that was involved with COVID. Basically, the whole, whoever's at YouTube and in intelligence, blocking my success, trying to hide the truth, dude. You robbing, thieving, parasitic, poison sinners. Got to answer now for your criminal sorceries and acts, dude. Operating as the arrow of time. God's going to slay a bunch of people, dude, with his sword as we rise up. They're getting judged. Yeah, the whole wicked community, dude. I can't wait for threshing to start and switch over. It's any day. It might be the 3rd. Listen to the video because what they're saying is true. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be terrorized and destroyed out of the land for how they operated. That's what you get for trying to cut people's roots and hiding the truth. It's over. You guys are not going to be able to keep the truth hidden anymore. Cheating and robbing and oppressing and vexing the righteous. You soul-sucking sinners got to pay for what was done. Yeah, it's sad. The lot was cast in the lap and parts between the mighty, and people's lives are coming to an end suddenly. Yeah, good luck trying to maintain Babylon. Your whole criminal ass corrupt COVID community of psychic vampires deserves to be held accountable. And it's time, any day now. So don't get caught off guard. Yeah. Be ready.